Okay, so in this lab we will see the creating date partition tables in BigQuery. So till now in the earlier labs we just created simple tables in the BigQuery. Now we will see how to create the date partition tables and what is the advantage of creating the date partition tables over the non-partition tables in the BigQuery. So let's start the lab. Copy password, open Google Console. Next. So this is just the overview about the definition of the BigQuery. What is BigQuery? BigQuery is a service you can from which you can by using which you can query a terabytes and terabytes of data without having any infrastructure or needing a database administrator. BigQuery uses a simple SQL and it is a pay-as-you-go model. Okay, so as part of this lab we will create a partition tables. So first thing is open BigQuery console. So let's open the BigQuery console. So under the big data option, under the big data we have the BigQuery. Just click on it. So done. So BigQuery console is open. I'm done. So we need to create a date partition table. So whether it's a date partition tables or it is a non-partition tables, but we need to create a table. So in the BigQuery we store all the tables under the dataset. So first we need to create a dataset, and the dataset name should be e-commerce. So let's create a dataset under our project. So as of now we don't have any dataset in our project. So let's create a dataset. Give the dataset ID or a name and leave the other fields default and create a dataset. So now the dataset is created, but we don't have any tables till now. So dataset is created. Now we need to creating the tables with the date partition, but before that we will see why there is a need to create a partition tables. So we are using some public dataset. So we have this query. We are just selecting a few fields, right, from one dataset, from one public dataset, and we mention okay if the date is 2017. So I did not execute this query, but this BigQuery, there is a one good feature of the BigQuery. This can found that okay this query will process around 1.7 GB of data when it will run. So let me run it. So it process 1.7 GB of data. It process 1.77 GB of data, not it return. So this query result. Okay, now let's try the another query. So in this query, the query we filter the date of 2017 year. So now we filter the date for 2018. So this query also says that I will process the 1.7 GB of data. So let's run it. But this query did not return any result because this table don't hold any data for the 2018 year, but still it process all the 1.7 GB of records. So basically, let me show you 1 minute. So let's suppose we have a table, right, and under the table we have a few column A, column B, column C, no, so any value. So here we have like a few date. We have the 2015 date, (16, 15, 17, 18, 18, 17, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I have to find the rows of 2015 date, so what this query will do is, it will come into the first column, first row, and it will find whether the year is 2015. If it is year, then it will store this, then it will go to the second row, then it will go to the third row. Now it find, then it will go to the next row, then next, then next, then next, then it will, okay, find, I found two rows, then it will return it. So if I try to find for the 2019, so still it will go here and compare with the 2019. Did it for is 2015 is equal to 2019? No. So come on the second row, then third, then fourth, then fifth, then sixth, then seventh. Then it found, okay, for the 2019 year I did not find even a single row, so it didn't return any records, or you can say it returned the 0 records, but still it process all the rows, right? So that's why, like it is mentioned here, it will process 1.7 GB of data, but still it doesn't have any records for 2018, but still it is processing 1.7 7 GB of data, right? Why it is written doing this? So because it is a non-partition table, so we need to create the partition table. So what is the use of partition table? So first thing is that we create a partition on the basis of either the basis of date or either on the basis of some timestamp. So as part of the partition table, so what we will do is, we partition on basis of some year, or you can say some date. So now, so what we will did is we partitioned on the basis of year. So if we have to find the rows of 2015 year, so our query will search only these two records, right? Our query even will not come into these areas. So first thing is that the query will run faster, and second thing is that query will process a very small section of the records. Maybe some MB record, like a very small section. If I says to my query, like I need to find the records for 2019 year, right? So it will check, okay, do we have any partition for the 2019? So it says, okay, I don't have any partition for the 2019. So it will say, I will process 0 bytes of data, and it did not return anything. So and this is the advantage of the partition table. So we partitioned on the basis of a year. So as part of this, we need to create a partition table. So here it is written that why did the previous query return 0 records? So this query returned 0 records, right? But it processed 1.7 GB of data. Why it did so? Because before the query runs, the query engine does not know whether the 2000 data exists or not. So it need to scan all the records because it is a non-partition table. Okay, now we need to create a partition table. So whenever we need to create a partition table, let me do one thing, copy the query, paste it. So when we need to create a partition table, so we need to mention few things. The first thing is that we want partition on which column, whether we need to partition on this column, whether we need to partition on this column, or whether we need to partition on which column we need we need to do partition. So here we mention that okay, create or replace table, and you need to create a table with the name partition by day and under the e-commerce data set, but partition by date formatted column. So there is a one column which is a date formatted. So actually the column name is date, but we make it as alias as a date formatted, so we mention it here as a date formatted. So it will create a internal partition, or you can say metadata. So the metadata is just to store the information, like this partition exists in like this range or at this storage. So we are creating a partition on this column. So and rest all like the other, all the things are same. So let's create a table. So table is created, right? So if you click on this table and if you go to the detail tab, within the table, if you go down, you will see some addition fields. First is table type. Table type is partitioned, and partition on which field? Partition is in the date formatted field or on the date field. Alright. Now what we will do is we will rerun the same query. Okay, first we'll do the check my progress. So we will rerun the same query, that is because we know we don't have any records for the 2018. So let's try for the 2016. So see, now it is processing only 25 KB of data, because for the 2016 only like very few records, rather than processing 1.7 GB of records, it process only 25 KB of data and it return. Now let's try for the 2018. We know like we don't have any records for the 2019, so we will see still it process 1.7 GB of data. So see here, it is mentioned I will process 0 bytes of data, because there is no partition for the 2018. So it will not process any data and it will return 0 records. So this is the advantage. Was the query why was there 0 bytes of data processed? Because the query engine knows which date partition exists before the query itself run. So there is no 2018 partition. Okay, now till now we have created the partition table. Now we need to create an auto expiring partition table. So sometimes like there is a requirement, so sometimes like a table contains some sensitive data, so there is a requirement of the project. Okay, make a table, make a partition table, but make a table in this way so that it get auto expired after the some number of days. So see, auto expiring partition table are used to comply with the data privacy and can be used to avoid unnecessary storage. If you want to create a rolling window of the data and expiration, so the partition disappear when you are finished using it. So let's add some public data set so that we can explore it. So we have created the partition, so let me close it. So to add the public data set, which data set we need to add? So we need to add GSOD NOA data set. So add data, explore public data set, search in the marketplace, press enter. So this data set is the weather data set. So view data set, Now we could see one is our project and one is the public data set, BigQuery public data. So let me close earlier window. Now scroll through the tables of this data set. So this public data has so many further data set, but we need to find where is NOAA GSOD dataset. NOAA, more result. So N started NOAA GSOD. So this is the dataset. Now under this dataset we have the so many tables. So which table we need to explore? Okay, so we have this so many data set. So these are like manually created. If we click on this and go to the details tab, so like these are the non-partition tables. Like we did not see any like further information in the details tab, like whether this table is partitioned table or partitioned on which column, right? So these are the non-partition tables, but we are storing the data in some different table. Like for 1929 we create one table, for 1930 year we create one table. Okay, now what is the requirement of the project? Your goal is to create a table. Okay, okay, so they told us that like so need to create a table from where like we will query on the data which is onwards from 2018 onwards. So in the where clause, like in the where clause, so this is the where clause, so we will mention here is greater than 2018, and they told that we need to filter on the precipitation. So we are also putting the filter like where PRCP less than 99, where PRCP is greater than 0, and yeah, that's it. So let's execute this query first. So this is the normal SQL query, and we are running this on like a non-partition table first. We are running on this public data set, right? This is the public data set under the GSOD star. So GSOD star means we are like executing this query across all the like tables, like 19292 1930, all the tables. So it will fetch the data from all the tables. No, 1 minute. It will not fetch the data from all the tables because we use the table suffix as well. So when we use the table suffix for 2018, so I think it will fetch the data for that from 2018 onwards. So that is the 2018, 2019, 20 and 21 because we use the table suffix. Okay, so we 1 minute. They say that it is scanned about 1.83 GB of data, but we see here only 404 MB of data. Okay, now we need to create a partition table. Okay, we will create a partition table in our e-commerce dataset and with the names days with rain. Okay, and rest all the query is same, but as we need to create a partition table, so we will mention like a partition by clause and on which column, and also we need to set the expiry of 60 days. So this is just a option we will mention. So let's do that. So this query on the known partition table, it is processing 404 MB of data. Okay, fine, no problem. So we are creating a table, right, and we are creating a partition table, partition by date, and we mentioned the option as a like it should the partition should expire within 60 days. Okay, and rest all the query is the same. So let's run it. So this will create, what happened? So this will create a table under the e-commerce dataset. Till now we have only partition by day, so it will create a table, one more table, that is the days with rain. So okay, so now if we click on this and go to the details tab and scroll down, so we will see like it is a partition table, and also the icon also changed. So in the partition we could see some partition, but if we see some normal table, like we did not see any partition, so icon also change. So we created the partition tables. Now we will execute the same query. No, not the same query, it's a different query. Okay, now we are like running the query on our partition table. Okay, here we are also seeing the partition age. So three, 5, 6, 7, 8. Partition we mentioned 60 days. So this is 1806 to 210621, so 3, so 16 to 21 5, 15 to 21 6. So it's May month, so it's month also okay, it's a fifth month and sixth month, it's a fourth month. What this try to show, 1 minute. To confirm that you are only storing data from 60 days in the past up to until today, run the date difference. Okay, because we set the expiry for 60 days, so they are just checking. So are we storing the data only for the past 60 days? Confirm the oldest partition. Okay, paste. So group by partition by age. What happened? 1 minute. So partition age is 54. So yeah, correct, because we mentioned the maximum partition age should be 60. So we will not see any record here like whose age is like more than 60. So yeah, that's the end of the lab. So basically we will see like what is the how to create a partition table, right? So that is we need to mention the partitioned field, so partition by, and then the field name, and also like what is the advantage of creating a partition table and the non-partition table, and also like we saw how we can check from the UI whether it is a partition table or not. Just click on the partition table from the details tab, like we see that whether it's a partition table or it's a non-partition table. Second thing we so that how we will like set the expiry. So we have one option to set the expiry. So while creating the partition table itself, like we in the options field, like we can mention the partition expiry days is equal to 60. So the particular partition will be expire after 60 days. So yeah, that's the end of the lab.